What if I told you that being good with money has almost nothing to do with how smart you are? A janitor named Ronald Read died with $8 million in the bank. A Harvard-educated Merrill Lynch executive went bankrupt. Same world, same economy, completely different outcomes. Today, we're breaking down The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, one of the most important finance books ever written. And the reason is simple: it's not really about finance, it's about behavior. Section 1: Money is a behavior problem, not a math problem. Here's the core idea Housel builds the entire book around. We think managing money is like physics: plug in the right numbers, get the right answer. But money decisions aren't made on a spreadsheet. They're made at the dinner table, in moments of fear, greed, ego, and pride. That janitor, Ronald Read, didn't get rich because he understood complex investment strategy. He got rich because he lived below his means for over 60 years and let compound interest do the heavy lifting. Meanwhile, the Merrill Lynch executive had all the technical knowledge in the world and still lost everything because he took on too much debt to look successful. The lesson: financial success is not a hard science. It's a soft skill where how you behave matters more than what you know. Section 2: Luck and risk are two sides of the same coin. Housel points out something most finance books ignore completely: luck and risk are so similar and so hard to identify in the moment that treating one as skill and the other as stupidity can seriously distort your view of the world. Bill Gates went to one of the only high schools on the planet with a computer. That's not a knock on his talent, but it's a factor. For every Bill Gates, there's an equally brilliant person who never got the lucky break. Housel's advice isn't to dismiss anyone's success. It's to be humble about your own and generous in how you judge other people's failures, because you never fully know how much of any outcome was choice versus chance. Section 3: Never enough: the danger of moving goalposts. This is one of the most quoted ideas from the book. The hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. Housel tells the story of Rajat Gupta, a self-made billionaire and former Goldman Sachs board member who was caught insider trading not because he needed the money, but because he wanted more status, more wealth, more power. He already had enough. He just didn't know it. This is the trap when ambition outruns contentment. People take irrational risks to get something they don't actually need, and they risk something they do need: reputation, family, freedom in the process. Knowing when you have enough isn't giving up. It's the thing that protects everything else you've built. Section 4: Compounding is counterintuitive. Warren Buffett's net worth right now is around 90. But here's the twist: Housel notes that the vast majority of it was built after Buffett turned 50. He wasn't the best investor of all time because of some secret formula. He was a good investor who started at age 10 and stayed in the game for over 75 years. Compounding doesn't look impressive in year 1, or year 5, or even year 20. It looks boring for a long time, and then suddenly, it looks like magic. The takeaway: the real driver of wealth isn't massive returns. It's unspectacular returns repeated for an uninterrupted, very long time. Section 5: Getting wealthy vs. staying wealthy. These require two totally different skills, and most people only master one. Getting money requires taking risks, being optimistic, putting yourself out there. But keeping money requires the exact opposite: humility, fear, and the assumption that what you've made can be taken away just as fast. Housel says the reason so many rich people go broke is they apply the getting mindset forever, without ever switching into keeping mode, the single most important part of every financial plan. He argues is planning for the plan not going as planned, because it never does. Section 6: Save money without a specific reason. Not every financial decision needs a spreadsheet justification. Housel makes the case that saving money purely for the flexibility and independence it gives you, not for a car, not for a vacation, just for the option to make future decisions on your own terms, is one of the most underrated financial moves you can make. Room to be wrong is invaluable because life is unpredictable, and the person with a savings cushion always has more options than the person who's spent everything they've earned. Section 7: The final verdict. So what's the real message of The Psychology of Money? Doing well with money isn't about what you know. It's about how you behave, and behavior is hard to teach, even to really smart people. A genius who loses control of their emotions can be a financial disaster. A person with an average income, no formal training, and just a little humility and patience can quietly build more wealth than almost anyone expects. Housel's biggest gift in this book is permission to stop comparing your financial journey to someone else's, to define enough for yourself, and to let boring, consistent decisions compound into something extraordinary over time.